Welcome. Tonight, allow yourself to leave behind the noise of the world. Dim the lights, settle into your favourite chair, or simply close your eyes. Together, we will journey to a forgotten kingdom where castle walls still whisper old promises, where candles burn long after midnight, and where one mystery has never truly been solved. This is the story of the princess who disappeared before her wedding. Long ago, hidden between mist-covered mountains and endless forests, there stood a magnificent kingdom known as Valinor. Its stone towers reached toward the clouds. Its gardens bloomed in every season. Its people believed they lived in the safest kingdom on earth. At the heart of the castle lived Princess Isabella. She was admired across distant lands, not only for her remarkable beauty, but for her gentle heart. Unlike many royal children, she preferred quiet libraries over grand celebrations. She loved walking through the palace gardens before sunrise. She remembered every servant's name. And every evening, she left fresh flowers in the castle chapel without telling anyone. The people loved her deeply. When Isabella turned 22, the kingdom announced her engagement to Prince Aiden. He was known as a wise and honourable prince from a neighbouring kingdom. Their marriage promised peace between two great nations. Preparations began immediately. Silk arrived from distant merchants. Golden chandeliers were polished until they sparkled like stars. Musicians travelled for weeks to perform at the royal wedding. The castle had never been more alive. Yet, as the wedding day grew closer, something quietly changed. Princess Isabella began spending long hours alone.
She wandered through forgotten corridors no servant had entered for years. Sometimes she stood silently beside an old tower window, watching the forest beyond the castle walls. No one knew what she was searching for. One evening, her closest lady-in-waiting found her sitting alone inside the royal chapel. She wasn't crying. She wasn't praying. She simply held an old silver locket in her hands. When asked where it had come from, the princess only smiled. Some promises begin long before we remember making them. Those strange words stayed with the lady for many years. The night before the wedding, the castle glowed with thousands of candles. Guests filled every hall. The royal kitchens worked until dawn. Outside, snow began falling gently. Inside, laughter echoed through every room. Princess Isabella retired early. Her wedding dress, hand-stitched with pearls and silver thread, hung beside her bed. The palace guards stood outside her chamber all night. No one entered. No one left. At sunrise, the bells began to ring. Servants arrived to prepare the princess for the ceremony. They knocked softly. There was no answer. They knocked again. Silence.
The chamber door was opened. The room was perfectly untouched. The wedding gown still hung beside the window. The candles had burned low. Fresh white lilies rested upon the table. But Princess Isabella was gone. The windows were locked from the inside. The balcony overlooked walls too high to climb. The guards had never left their posts. There were no footprints. No signs of struggle. No secret passage anyone could find. The princess had simply vanished. The kingdom searched without rest. Soldiers crossed mountains, ships sailed distant seas, messengers rode through neighboring kingdoms. Years became decades. No trace was ever discovered. Prince Adrian never married. Instead, every spring, he visited the royal chapel where Isabella had once left flowers. He placed a single white lily upon the stone altar, then quietly departed. Time moved gently onward. Kings passed away. Children became grandparents. The wedding that never happened slowly became a legend. Only one person never stopped wondering. An old castle librarian. She had spent 50 years caring for forgotten books. One rainy afternoon, while restoring an ancient manuscript, she discovered something hidden inside its cover. It was a folded piece of parchment. The handwriting belonged to Princess Isabella. The ink had faded, but the words remained. If you are reading this, do not search for me. Some journeys cannot be made by two hearts. A kingdom may need a queen, but a soul must still follow its own calling. Tell them, I chose peace, and I carried every one of them with me. There was no
Explanation. No destination. No farewell. Only those quiet words. The librarian sealed the letter.
Once again, she placed it back inside the old book and never spoke of it. Perhaps she believed some mysteries should remain untouched. Even today, travellers visiting the ruins of Valinor Castle tell the same quiet story. At dawn, they sometimes see a woman dressed in pale silver, walking slowly through the castle gardens. She carries white lilies. She never speaks. She simply smiles before disappearing into the morning mist. No one knows whether she is memory, legend, or hope itself. Perhaps the greatest mysteries are never meant to be solved. Perhaps some endings are simply peaceful beginnings we cannot yet understand. And perhaps Princess Isabella never truly disappeared. Perhaps she simply found the place where her heart had always belonged. Thank you for joining me on tonight's journey through the forgotten kingdom of Valinor. May your evening be peaceful, your dreams gentle, and your heart always find its way home. Good night.